Righto. Yeah, I haven't done a video for about a month. I haven't been fishing, so we're going fishing today. But I'll show you what I've been up to. It's just in between that, well, for the last month or something like that, is I've actually been working on setting my garage up to build some lures. So this is an absolute pigsty at the moment. Absolute mess. So I built a fair few, and then I had to bugger off for work. So, but we're gonna jump pretty much straight into the fishing, and then we're going to talk about some lure making afterwards. Well, lure making as a beginner lure maker. So I'll show you what I've come up with so far, just quickly. This is my little bag of goodies in here. So I've got this little naked lure. This is like a little floating deep diver. This was one of my first ones that I made, but I haven't put eyes on this. But this is a slow sinking deep diver. This is a really cool fluoro pink. It's got like a gold tinge on it too, so that's kind of cool. And then I've made this black one. I kind of ballsed up the paintwork on the bottom of it, and sort of need to do a better job there. But this green one came up pretty cool. I'll show you that one. So that's what I've been up to instead of fishing. So we're going to take this take the black one out today, this pink one, and my deep diving suspender. Probably going to have to get down to BCF first and get some trebles, because I don't have enough trebles. So, and then yeah, that's pretty much it. We're going to go fishing, and then we're going to dive into making some more lures, because I need to make some more lures. I need to make some for the shallow water. I went deep dive. I don't know why I made deep divers for. I should have made shallow divers, but yeah, I think we'll go and make some shallow divers for the flats, for flatties, pretty much. So that's it. But I'm going fishing. I actually had high hopes for this lure. I'll show it to you when I get it up, if I don't lose it. But this thing's got a little bit of pull to it. Could be a big grinner too. And the other line's still out there, so I've got to be careful. But man, oh, we got a tailor. It's wrapped around the other line. So I want to be. Oh, he's off. Anyway, it definitely works. So anyway, that's it there. It's a slow sinking, sort of a minnow cross crankbait type hybrid lure thingy me bobby. I don't know. But yeah, I went with like a bronze under base with the black scales with a gold tint in the resin. So it seems to work. I kind of stuffed the paintwork up in this one and just sort of patched it up and try to make something out of it, but it's like green sort of deep diving floating lure. So the gold ones are sinking, this one's a floating. The gold one seems to have a bit better action, so I think just with that added weight it sort of wants to have a bit of kick to it. But I'm going to keep moving. I'm going to shoot over the Potts Point and trial over there, because I really want to trial for some snapper today and see if these lures work on snapper. And then after that we might go around to trusty old Wilson's Esplanade and try for some flatty up in the shallows. So that's the plan of attack today. Hopefully this wind does not go kicking up too bad today. It's pretty good at the moment, but it's going to get worse later on, so we'll get moving. Just switched over to the pink and gold one I made. I'll show you that in a second, but that's just going to hit too. But oh, that's a big fish. Oh god. I think we got our first snapper. It's not big. It's not big by any means, but There we go. Whee! So stoked. Always good when you catch a fish on your own lure that you've made. And that's that bronze and that bronze colour one with the black and gold. Holy shit. I'm gonna back that off. There we go. Well, and again, I think it's another snapper. Hopefully a snapper. Feels like a snapper. I went up to Potts Point and ended up coming back. So they seem to be down this way a bit more. But I did lose a lure, which I'm a bit disappointed about. So such is life. I don't know what's worth, losing a lure that you've made or losing one that you've bought. I'll yeah, I'm sure people have different opinions on that one. But yeah, definitely a little oh no, might be a, yeah, it is a little snapper. He's a hungry fella. Jesus, I need a little fella. Absolutely gobbed that lure though. Oh God, that's so small. Alright, first cast. Oh, hold that, no. First cast, we've got a flatty on me lure. Literally first cast. He's jagged. Pretty hard. Only a little fella, but I didn't do it yesterday, so I've done it today. Don't lean that way. Oh, I'm so stoked. I'm so stoked. So I've got to try and get this. Oh no, we lost him! Well, I lost me lure, so I'm down to my last two. So I've lost 4 lures in 2 trips. Well, this is the 3rd trip. So, is it financially better to make your own lures after spending all the money on tools and materials? Yeah, it'll take some time to pay off, but I've, rounded off that I've lost about $100 worth of lures in the last 3 trips. So, yeah, I know it's ridiculous. And Misso's out with me today. She's whinging that we're in a canoe, not a boat. So I might have to invest in a boat. Or fix my boat up, one or the other. Anyway, I got the green one left on here. I don't even see that floating around down there or not, but yeah. And I've got an orange one left here as well, which is like my rat rotted lure. It was kind of like a.
I can't get this bait on.
Well, put it on the hook.
No, like it actually won't go on the hook.
Does anyone else have to bait their missus hooks for them? Like or have you got a missus that can bait her own hook?
It won't go over the...
Yeah. Why?
It just won't go over that little tiny thing at all.
Baby! Oh! Whoa! Baby! We're up the creek. Well, we're up Shit Creek. I gave some lures away to some kids too that were fishing on the bank, so I'm down to my last one. So it gives me an excuse to play in the garage and make some more. She thinks I'm wasting my time. She thinks everything I do is a waste of time.
Money and a waste of time.
Waste of money and a waste of time. Anyway. we're going back out the mouth because I was flicking for some jacks, and I'm really not a very good jack fisherman at all. And I was sick of getting hooked up and having to muck around in the mangroves, get my lure out. I'm over it. So we're going back at the mouth. We're going to have a quick fish out there, and then we might go, if it's not too windy, we're going to hit the little wreck off Thompson's Beach. So we're going to try for a snapper. Because the missus is getting bored. Yep. She doesn't like lure fishing. That's why I leave her at home. Anyway. No tripod today either. We haven't got the room for it, so no tripod. It's all handheld.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, we got a tailor. Yeah, it's a tailor. Hey! Oh, there we go.
In its eyeball. How?
Oh my God, it's not right! Ah! Okie dokies. That's a naked lure there. So we're gonna make a lure. So this is kind of the whole principle of making lures. I can do content with them. So I am a beginner lure maker, not a experienced one. So keep that in mind. But I've had pretty good success with everything swimming straight without having to tune them. Everything's working sort of as it should. So we're gonna go through and I'm gonna show you my my lures and how I'm making them. Well, for this style here anyway. And the build method with it. So I got my template here pretty much, and I'm going to make six lures, 6 of these, and I'm going to make these shallow divers. So the last one was what you saw in the video today, were deep diving lures. So I want to make some shallow diving lures. So we're going to do that, and we're going to do this out of beech wood. The last ones were made out of pine, so these are going to sort of be a bit more durable than the old pine. So a bit of luck. So I've got some beechwood here, and pretty much what I'm going to do is I've cut this out. I actually bought it like a tabletop from Bunnings, made of beechwood, but I think it's got a variety of different other timbers in here. I think there's a bit of Tassie oak in here as well. So I don't think it's all beechwood, but yeah, I've just cut this out, and then I'm just going to mark these out and then cut them on the bandsaw, and cut out bibs as well while it's still square. I do like a wedge sort of bib. I don't know if it shows up the camera, to help lock the bibs in. So with the glue and everything, it's not going to come out. So that's sort of the method I've gone with there. And then from that stage there, what I'll do is actually fully finish one, paint, all the coats of resins and stuff like that, and I won't put weight in that, and I'll work my weight out after that, and then that way I can sort of like know the sort of direction I'm in with, you know, trying to get this to suspend. So I want to do a full build first, and then I'll know where to put my weights, because I actually like to put my weight in when they're at this stage, not later on. So it just saves me sort of cleaning lures up again after I've already shaped them and sanded them back ready for paint. So I'd rather get to, when I get them to this stage here, I actually like to put my weight in. So it just makes like tidier work for later on. So I found that one out the hard way. And then we're going to be doing, I guess, talk about tools and materials as well as I go along. So if you're interested in making some yourself. So I guess the key to this is keep everything as symmetrical as you possibly can. So we start off with a square bit of wood and go from there. So I'm going to mark some of these out, and then we're going to put them on the bandsaw. A lot easier to make 5-6 lures than it is to make one, because kind of like a chef in the kitchen, you know, when you're sort of going back and forth between tools and adjusting all your tools and stuff like that, because there is a lot of 45 cuts and a lot of 45 sanding. So when you sort of takes time to adjust all that stuff and get it right. So when you're doing one lure at a time, sort of like, you know, you've got to go back and forth. So it's just easy to do 5 or 6 lures at one hit. And then you sort of save money on materials like glues, paints, resins, that sort of stuff. So with this here, I actually put this bit of timber here, because you find like with these bandsaws that you got this little sort of indented thing here. It's a little bit lower than the rest of the pad. It sort of makes it a pain in the ass when you're sort of cutting a lure out on it. So I put that on there, so I've got like a nice straight smooth surface. Alright, so I've knocked out 20 of these blanks. So pretty much just cut them out with the bandsaw, use the disc sander to shave them down to my marking lines, and then I've used the spindle sander to get the internals. So from here, all I'm going to do is just mark my centers, and I'm going to mark my bib width. I don't actually do a profile on this. My profile gets done to the bib, so pretty much like center of rotation is where, just like a coffin style. I'll show you as I mark it out, you'll see. But it's a very basic, simple method, very symmetrical, very straight, very easy to build. So I don't do anything too difficult as a beginner. Just keep it simple, and it works. So I'm just going to go through and mark these out, and then I'll show you how I do my profiles from that. Alright, so when I cut my bibs out, I do a kind of like a, sorry, this camera's smucking up. I do like a mouse cursor. Let's see if I get one of these a bit more prominent. This one here will do. So you can see there, it's like cutting like a mouse cursor. And then I just do this slot at the back, and the actual bib gets pushed in with a little bit of pressure. So when I glue it in, it doesn't move. So I literally just going in a 2 mil past the blade thickness. So we'll cut this out, and I'll try and show you on the camera if it will work. So there you go there. That's the cutting like a mouse cursor. Hopefully that shows up. Oh god, I'm such a donkey. We'll go out in the light. Go out in the light, it's a bit easier. So hopefully, good. There we go. So yeah, the whole idea of the mouse cursor is that you sort of, it's like a wedge with your glue or your epoxy, your 2-part epoxy resin. So you end up creating like a little wedge in there for the bib, so the bib's not going to pull out. So if you just do like a straight cut, it's not like super strong. I've had timber lures before where the bibs are falling out over time. So just doing that little arrow type cut, just that little wedge, just sort of helps lock it in a bit better, I think. I haven't had an issue yet, so I mean, I must be doing something right, but each to their own, you know, everybody's different. So, yeah, and then when I push them in, they're going really firm, like super firm. So you can line your bib up and a bit of dicking around. Once you sand it, it's a lot easier. I'm just trying to show you. So that's pretty solid. So once you glue it, it's not going anywhere. It's really just having that little bit of firmness so you can push your bib in straight and it's not going to move when you glue it. And then you can sort of do slight adjustments and just eyeball it in with the line on the top there. So that's pretty much it. That's sort of how I do it and how I like to do it. So call it the cursor bib slot, whatever. Kind of looks like a mouse cozer. So anyway, so the profile on my lure gets cut to my bib width. So from here, these bits probably won't go all the way there. They'll probably sit here. And you see where I mark my lines, that they're the same width as the bib. So, and then from here I'll mark my center of rotation. What I'm doing now. So center of the rotation is usually like the middle of your tie iron, which is here on your bib to the end of your bib. So it's, I know here it's like almost the length of the pencil shaving. And then from in the internal, you mark here, and that's it there. So that's roughly center of rotation. That's how the lure sort of rotates this way, you know. So so from there I'll like mark this, and then I'll just literally cut this from there to there, this point here to that point there on both sides, and then from that point there to this point here. I don't even mark it. I literally just do it on the sander and just line the 2 points up, and then from there I mark this same edge here along here, and then I cut my 45, and then by the time you shape it, you end up with a pretty nice profile, you know. So this is a profile of this lure here. So it's pretty much just a coffin profile, and same on the bottom there. And these sides are actually really flat, but they don't look flat just by, you know, by the time you sand it and round it all off and everything else like that. These are still flat sides, but they don't look flat. And yeah, you sort of get like a really nice straight symmetrical lure that swims good. So that's, you know, that's what I found as a beginner. So keep it simple, keep it easy, and then it's pretty hard to stuff it up. So that's pretty well what I'm doing here. So and then I do a master build. So a master build is like your first build where you work out all your weights and everything else like that, and then the other blanks there I can just go straight through production. So I like to put my weights in before I shape it, but from a master build I've got to shape it first, work out my center of gravity, and then work out where I want to put my hooks, and then work out where I want to put my lead, and test it, make sure everything works, how I want it to work, whether I want it slow sinking or slow rising or suspending or sort of a fast floating lure, whatever I want to do. And then from there I'll just do multiple builds. So I'm generally sticking to like 5 lures at the moment. So I've cut 20 blanks up. So I've got 20 blanks there ready to go. So I'm probably going to do like 5, maybe 10 shallow diving lures, and then I might do 5 deep divers and then maybe 5 medium divers. So I'll sort of, you know, aim to do like 20 blanks, but literally just build 5 lures at a time. So I'm going to do a master build with this one, and then I'll sort of know where I'm going in the direction for the rest of it. So which means I can do all my weight this afternoon and then just use a polyurethane instead of using my expensive super glue, which is like $60 for a little bottle. I'll show the stuff here that I've got. This is it here. This is SAP CA thin. This is really good stuff. Super strong. I actually dropped a little bit on the bench here the other day, and the lure was stuck to it. And actually, when I pulled the lure up, it actually ripped the delaminated the bench. So it's super strong. So I'll use this for my fast builds, for like my master builds, and then for my other lures, my bulk lures, I'll use a polyurethane, like a boat building polyurethane, just to secure my lead in there. It just saves money, and it's pretty good to work with, that sort of thing. But for the master build, we're going to use that and probably just some baking powder, I think. So that's it. So from here, I'm just going to literally do my profiles and then shape it, and then work out where my weights go and everything else like that. And then I'm just going to go on to building it, I guess, building the rest of them. So this is it. So there I went there. I just sort of literally shaved it there. So from end of drag, so that point there to that mark that I made earlier, which is the bib width through the whole lure, and then same thing, just take it down to the tail from that angle there down to there, and then from there I'll mark this again with the same pencil width, and then I'll cut my 45s. So for this sort of timber width and the bib, this actual is just perfectly marked. So I'm going to go through here and just use this made up marking tool and just go around and remark everything here. You see for my center line here, I need to take more off this, so I'll do that now. That's pretty much it. I go around and mark it all, like so, and then I'll cut all this on a 45, and that'll give me my general shape. So that's my 45. Actually got to plug this camera in. It's going dead. Pretty much it. I'll just glue that in. Touch my hardware and do a clear coat, and then from there I just have my weights. That's pretty much it. There's not much else to it. So I'm going to do this with UV resin. Normally I use like a 15 or a half hour epoxy for a stronger, but for a master build I want to knock this out really quick. So I want to do this fast today, so I'm just going to use a UV resin in here and then go from there. Man, I'm having a hard time chasing jacks. I've literally snapped the leg on my tripod, nearly snapped the rod, nearly fallen out twice, just from the motor hitting timber logs, and almost like tipped me out. But yeah, it's all part of it, I guess. I'm not the best jack fisherman. I haven't even actually landed one. I've hooked a few, but I've never actually landed one because I fish too light in the creek sometimes. So, but I made these lures for jacks. So I made 4 of them, and they suspend perfectly. I'm just going to show you. See if you can see how. See if I can get these to show up on camera. I don't know if they will or not, but. See that there. Anyway, clarity today, water clarity today is really bad. Lost the biggest flathead